Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm starting this personal diary series where I just get on camera and just share my thoughts on certain things. This first one, I'm going to talk about the power of discipline. So, the reason I want to talk about it is because I myself have found that I've made the most significant improvements and momentum in my life when I've had discipline and when I've been sticking to a strategy by being disciplined and consistent with it. Now, I'm going to break it down. So I'm going to call this is the power of discipline. This is my title for this. Now, the first thing I would say, and it's probably the most important thing, is consistency. It enables you to maintain consistent actions that'll help you reach your goal, whatever it is. So the consistency is how you actually start to build momentum towards something. So, for example, if you just wanted to start working out and you start by doing something, even if it's 20 minutes a day, and then you start doing that and say, I'm going to do it 5 days a week, 20 minutes a day, and then you start doing it consistently and you start building the momentum. Now, it's not always that easy to be disciplined and have a plan and have a strategy and be like, hey, I'm going to do this, you know, regardless of how I feel, I'm going to do this, I'm going to get this done. I fall into that trap as well. I say I'm going to do this and I say I'm going to do that. And then I start to fall off because I lose momentum because I've stopped being consistent with those actions, the plan that I put in place. And then I stopped, and for whatever reason, right? At the end of the day, if you're someone who has big goals and big aspirations and you want to move forward in your life and build momentum towards whatever it is that you're working towards, consistency is going to be the most important thing that you can implement and try to abide by as part of these rules of discipline. Okay, the second one I want to talk about is when you're disciplined, it's you gotta have focus, which means you have a laser like vision on what it is exactly you're trying to accomplish, and then it can help you block out any of those distractions of life. You know how it goes. Now, when you stay focused on whatever it is your goals, your aspirations are, it's going to help you concentrate your time, energy, and resources on activities that are aligned with your outcome that you're looking for. So then you don't have the peripheral vision. You're locked in and focused on exactly what it is you're trying to accomplish. So the third thing is self-control. This one is probably the hardest that most people struggle with because it's having the ability to say no to something even though impulsively you want to do that thing. So that, donuts come in at work and you're like, oh man, that looks good. But you have that impulse, but that at the end of the day, you realize that if you can not eat that, you'll actually give yourself a pat on the back and be like, you know what, I was disciplined today and I can be proud of myself. So the people who lack self-control and lack that level of discipline end up being 350 pounds, working a minimum wage job, and just struggling day to day and just not enjoying any aspect of their life whatsoever, except for maybe having, those drinks or on the weekend, and or just indulging in whatever fast food and junk food that they're eating. If you can get control of your self-control and say no to things even though you're impulsively wanting to do them, then you can start building that discipline muscle, because the power of discipline stems from the fact that you're not working on it, and because it's a muscle at the end of the day. It's just like if you wanted to go to the gym and you wanted to build some biceps, guess what? You have to do those bicep curls consistently in order to build the muscle. You got to tear down the muscle fibers, they start to recover. So it's the same thing in regards to your discipline muscle. You just got to practice it. Practice little things, self-control Like I said, same example, because at work they're always bringing donuts. Say no to the donut and just, take a step back. You know what? I'm gonna drink some water instead, and I don't want to eat that garbage, right? So hold yourself to a high standard of discipline and resist those. You can resist those temptations, and it's gonna help you overcome obstacles by just having that self control. Because you don't want to be somebody, like I said, who has zero self-control, and then all of a sudden your life spirals into the abyss where you're basically not happy with any area of your life whatsoever. Now, to sum up this video, with the power of discipline, individuals can achieve greater success in pretty much all areas of their life, whether it be your fitness, your finances, your relationships, your own mental health, your own mental well-being. All those things will stem from the power of discipline and your ability to adhere to the strategies that you put in place. I can promise you guys one thing: if you start to implement the power of discipline into your life, I can guarantee that you will have results and build momentum in whatever it is that you're working towards. I've found the most results anytime in my life when I've been the most disciplined and locked in with whatever plan I have in place. So hope you guys can start enjoying these little personal diaries that I'm going to be diving into. And yeah, hit subscribe, follow for more.